Yeah, we've kept a fair amount of clean sheets this season. Fitz has been brilliant for us yet again. Can't speak highly enough of him. But yeah, I think it's just, keeping concentrated. And I think I go back to Southport, concentration slipped there and it cost us the game, unfortunately. So if we keep concentrated all the way throughout the pitch, whether that's not conceding or taking our chances, I think we'll be all right.
Just finally on this game, how vital is a victory at this stage of the season, given what's gone on over the past few weeks and looking ahead to a busy festive period as well?
Yeah, it's important. I think for us, more than other teams around us, I think it's just important for us as a group to go there, put a marker down, get 3 points and, go from there. It's a busy period over Christmas, as we all know, and we go out there to win every game. So hopefully this weekend's no different.
Fiona Mills.
Weekend mornings from 6.
I love Christmas. I'm going to put the tree up and I had to get some new lights. We've only got a maybe 5-foot tree and something possessed me to buy 1,000 set light, okay? Honest to God, I don't know what possessed me, but it took me ages going round and round with the lights, and then they got tangled halfway through. And of course I made a huge mistake, didn't I? Forgot to plug them in before I put them on the tree to check that they were working, because were they working? No! So then I had to spend ages taking 1,000 lights off the Christmas tree. That'll teach me.
Fiona Mills.
Weekend mornings from 6 on BBC Radio Humberside.
BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
We're still awaiting the thoughts of Ruben Sayers, so we'll get those on air at half-time in our 3 o'clock games as the teams emerge here at Blundell Park. Grimsby Town looking for 3 straight wins, hosting the 4th place side in League 2. The Mariners going well at the moment. 3 wins in the last 5 league games. The latest, of course, coming last weekend at Morecambe. And it's 2 team changes being made by David Artell today. Rogers is banned and McEachran drops to the bench. Tharm and Davies are in the starting 11. Rakeal Pike is back amongst the substitutes. The headline news for Crewe is that they're short on strikers. Omar Bogle's carrying a bit of a knock, so he's amongst the substitutes today. They're playing midfielders in attack. The full line is to come. We've got Grimsby Town at home to Crewe Alexandra on 95.9 FM and Freeview 713 through your TV set. As for Scunthorpe United, well, they're looking for a first win in 3 to close the gap on leaders Kerrs and Ashton. They're hosting 8th place South Shields today. United are on Merseyside at 3rd bottom Marine on digital and BBC Sounds. Here's Ollie Turner.
Yes, the first reverse fixture of the National League North season for Scunthorpe United. On the second weekend of the campaign, they beat Marine by 3-0 at Glanford Park, what they would give for a similar result this afternoon. 5 changes from the goalless draw with Alfreton Town a fortnight ago. Nicholson, Kelly, Brogan, Scales and Roberts in. Coogan, Boyce, Whitehall and Barrows dropped to the bench. Beeston not involved. It's on digital radio as well as online via BBC Sounds.
Getting you closer to your club. BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
More Hull City reaction to come a little later on here on BBC Radio Humberside after the Tigers' 2-1 defeat at Coventry City. But you heard Ollie there tell you where you need to be for Scunthorpe United. Digital and BBC Sounds, whilst on 95.9 FM. Freeview 713, it's Grimsby Town at home to Crewe Alexandra in a mouth-watering game in Cleethorpes as we go our separate ways now.
Thank you very much, Matt. Welcome to Rossett Park, or the Marine Travel Arena, in what could potentially be a massive game for Andy Butler and his Scunthorpe United charges. They come here having had a fortnight without action, but they come off the back of a horrendous to watch goalless draw at home to Alfreton Town, which has seen them win only 3 of their last 14 games in all competitions. But they do come here at least on a 3-match unbeaten run, keeping 3 clean sheets in the process as well, that this will be seen as one that Andy Butler has to win as Scunthorpe United manager. He's made 5 changes as we await the kick-off. Brad Nicholson, Michael Kelly, Max Brogan, Cian Scales and Callum Roberts all coming in. Maxime Coogan, Andrew Boyce, Danny Whitehall and Ross Barrows dropping to the substitutes bench with Alfie Beeston not involved. We're underway here. Unusually, I've got a couple of disclaimers to make. One, we are of course at an away ground running off the 5G router, so thank you for your patience if we have any dropouts. The second is we are commentating from behind the goal as one of the Marine players goes down, clipped by Will Evans. Thought initially the referee there, Jonathan Chadwick, was going to go to his pocket and award the first yellow card in the opening minute, but decides not to do so. As I was saying, we are commentating from behind the goal, so to describe it, Scunthorpe United are attacking towards us in this first half in their claret and blue striped shirts with blue shorts with claret trim and blue socks. Marine white shirts with black sleeves, black shorts, black socks. As this free kick is going to be taken from the Marine right, it's a one-man wall of Cian Scales. Scunthorpe United trying to hold a defensive line on the edge of their own penalty area. James Butler's gone up from the back for the hosts as this free kick is swung in right-footed. Butler was unmarked and it's saved by Ross Fitzsimons, preventing an early own goal there. Mark Beck back defending it, cannoned off his shin, and Ross Fitzsimons at point-blank range gratefully caught it and clutched it into his chest. Steve Torpey.
Yeah, anywhere else it would have ended up in the back of the net. It was perfect for Ross Fitzsimons just to gather that ball, but yeah, quite fortunate. A great ball in, good whipped in, right-footed, kind of out-swinging free kick, and need to be careful. There was a good opportunity, and we're also only 2 minutes in.
Interestingly, looking at how Scunthorpe United are lining up, they've got a throw just inside the Marine half. Looks like Tyler Denton is at right back, Michael Kelly at left back. So we'll run you through the lineup as a result from looking at that. Kelly's got the throw on the left-hand side. Exchanges a 1-2 with Max Brogan. Now it's Cian Scales. Goes back to his goalkeeper, Ross Fitzsimons, in a yellow goalkeeping kit. They switch play from left to right. Denton gets away from his man, forces the ball inside to Michael Clunan, but it's lost by Scunthorpe United, and here come Marine, and it's Callan Murphy who is caught and is limping away from a tackle, holding his right ankle. Another free kick from Marine. So that's Scunthorpe United lineup. Ross Fitzsimons is the goalkeeper. The back four, as I say, Tyler Denton at right back. The 2 centre halves are Will Evans and Brad Nicholson. Michael Kelly at left back. Michael Clunan, the captain, shielding that back four. It looks like a midfield diamond from here. So Cian Scales and Max Brogan in front of him, with Callum Roberts playing in the hole behind Mark Beck and Will Harris up front. I'll go through the bench in a moment as Marine spray the free kick over to the left-hand side. Here's Sinclair Smith, crosses in towards the back post. Harvey Gregson was making a late run, but too much on that cross, and it sells out for a Scunthorpe United goal kick. The iron bench, Maxime Coogan, Andrew Boyce, Danny Whitehall, Carlton Ubazunu and Ross Barrows. Scunthorpe United go short from their own goal kick, but referee Jonathan Chadwick is going to pull it back. They'll have to try again. Jonathan Chadwick, the man in black today, by the way, has been a bit card happy in recent weeks, including giving 6 yellow cards in the last Iron game he officiated, the goal of Straw at home to Radcliffe at the start of November. The Iron have the ball at the heart of defence here with Brad Nicholson. Assesses his options, keeps his head up, flicks it back to his centre-half partner Will Evans. Now it's back out wide to the left here with Michael Kelly. Springs over the halfway line into Mark Beck, who goes down but doesn't get the free kick. Bundled over by James Butler, but the referee waves it away. Launched over the top by Marine, looking for the late run of Sinclair Smith, but it bounces through to Ross Fitzsimons in his own penalty area. Bowls it out to the left to Fitzsimons. Quick pace to this game so far in the opening 4 minutes. Nicholson goes long. Harris can't win his header, and it will trickle back through to the Wigan Athletic loanee Matty Corran in dark green. Ball whipped down the Marine left-hand channel. Tyler Denton's put that in someone's back garden, and it's a Marine throw.
Yeah, they started well. Marine, they've probably had the better of the play, even though it's only the first 3 or 4 minutes, but they look nice and bright and really attacking minded. So Scunthorpe haven't really got going and not really got into the opponent's half at the moment.
Evans stabs that forward. It's held up on the halfway line by Mark Beck, sandwiched in between two Marine players, gets the pass away but no real direction on it, and the hosts are on the ball. They bring it out from the back here with Joe Mattock, who's fouled by the left-hand touchline. That's another free kick, and Scunthorpe United have committed a fair few fouls in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think the next one could banish a yellow card, because I think Scunthorpe can't keep giving cheap fouls away. Quite cynical fouls as well.
Joe Mattock, you may well recognise that name, formerly of the likes of Leicester City, West Bromwich Albion, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham United. Over the free kick from just behind the halfway line, arrows it forward, Beck back there again, heading it away. Hooked over the top by Cian Scales. It's headed back into the Scunthorpe United half, comes off the back of the head of Marine midfielder Harvey Gregson, and then will be booted back through to Ross Fitzsimons. Rolls it out to his left back Michael Kelly, a rare starting opportunity for the former Scotland Youth International. Now it's Will Evans, brings the ball out of the D on this artificial surface here at Rossett Park. Kelly long down the left. Will Harris will go and chase it down, but that should run through and be collected by Matty Corrin. The Marine lineup, by the way, Corrin is their goalkeeper. The back four, James Brown, James Butler, Josh Wardle the captain, and Joe Mattock. A midfield three of Lee Whelan, Harvey Gregson and Charlie Doyle, and Finlay Sinclair Smith with a free roll behind the two strikers, Callum Murphy and Callum Agius. On their bench, Adam Thomas, Owen Robinson, Brad Holmes, Enoch Luciama and Tom Aitchison. Tyler Denton back defending, pushes the ball back to Ross Fitzsimons under pressure from Finlay Sinclair Smith. Now it's Michael Kelly on the ball, has Callum Murphy over his shoulder, goes back to Brad Nicholson, the left-sided centre half. Could have been suspended for this game, had an awful long time on 4 yellow cards before the cut-off point of the 30th of November, given away by Scunthorpe United in midfield, but Marine making a hash of things also, and the Iron have it back here with Callum Roberts just in front of the centre circle, sends it to the left here with Michael Kelly, drives the ball into the Marine penalty area, headed on by Will Harris, but it'll bounce once and then up into the gloves of Matty Corrin.
Yeah, straight away, like you say, 6 minutes played, we're trying to play a lot more ball on the floor football compared to 2 weeks ago against Alfreton. I think they even actually Beck once so far in this game. A lot of it's just trying to play through the thirds, Marine dropping off into that mid-third position, and then just trying to break them down. But it's a pretty even contest so far, both teams getting it down and trying to play the right way, as we say.
You may be wondering why there's a bit of a murmur among us. It's because we are right at the back of this stand behind the goal, in amongst the Scunthorpe United supporters on the right hand side of this seated stand. Part of the Iron Away army, it feels like. Michael Kelly lets the ball bounce across his body before thumping clear on the half volley. Doesn't get too much distance on the clearance, but is headed back in towards the Marine defence. Mattock will get the ball back from Charlie Doyle. Joe Mattock is pressed by Max Brogan and he gives the ball away. Scunthorpe United back on it. Denton swings it into the centre circle. It bounces off the thigh of Will Harris before feeding into Max Brogan. Thundering in there goes Joe Mattock, out for a Scunthorpe United throw-in in front of the two dugouts. There's not much space on the right-hand side of the field from where we're looking. The dugouts are right attached onto a fence, and then that's pretty much it in terms of the space around there. As I've lost my stopwatch, so I'm relying on Steve Torpey to keep track of time for the time being until the break. Tell a lie, I've got it back. Thank you very much, and I'll keep you abreast of the action with Tyler Denton on the halfway line on the right. Into Mark Beck, has picked up a pocket of space between defence and midfield. Clunan to Brogan on the right, holding out his palms, gesturing for support. Here's Denton, has picked up a pocket of space on the right hand channel, drifts in field, puts it into the D looking for Beck, but Butler just confidently stepped out from the back, intercepted that pass. Unfortunately, his long ball forward couldn't match that fine bit of defensive work because he smashed it out of play for a Scunthorpe United throw.
And that is the trouble when Denton's playing that wrong side that he's used to. He's coming inside on his favoured left foot. Needs to play inside instead of those balls down the outside and the crosses. So it's a little bit kind of inverted fullback. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on out there.
Will Evans has barged Finlay Sinclair-Smith off the ball. Denton with a really nice pass there. I don't know how
the side of his left foot is
incredible pass that back into the centre of defence. Kelly forces the ball forward. Harris will go to collect, lays it off first time to Kean Scales, drives at that Marine back line. James Butler steps in the way, and now it's cleared by Harvey Gregson. It'll be blocked out by Kean Scales for a Marine throw. James Butler, the right-sided centre-half for Marine, the son of Tony Butler, won promotions with the likes of Gillingham and West Brom. You play against Tony Butler?
I don't know, the name doesn't ring a bell. No, I may have.
You probably elbowed him and you've forgotten about it.
Well, yeah, or he may have elbowed me. I've forgotten about it.
Marine throw then on the right, midway inside. As I say that, they're going to be forced back through James Brown, the former Malta international, to take this throw. It's still inside the Scunthorpe United half. James Brown goes long. Will Evans clears away just from inside the penalty area, but doesn't get much on it. It's bouncing in the box. Finlay Sinclair-Smith pushed it towards goal, and it's headed off the line by Tyler Denton. Really poor clearance that by Will Evans, and he lost his footing and fell down to the ground as a result. Finlay Sinclair-Smith onto it. The ball was still at quite a height, so he just had to push it towards goal any way he could, and Tyler Denton back on the goal line to head out.
He done well, Denton, there, because it was a lofted looping ball, tried to lob Fitzsimons, and Denton couldn't head it back out because there was players in there. Just got a flick on and put it out for a corner. But good defending, great positional play, that kind of cover and balance that you need from your defenders, just in case they do make a mistake like what just happened.
Referee Jonathan Chadwick wants to talk to Josh Wardle, the Marine captain, and Brad Nicholson. Nicholson marking the Mariners skipper. It's going to be a corner kick from the right for Marine. From their left rather, with Lee Whelan in towards the near post, flicked on by Wardle, couldn't find a teammate. Scales will clear away from inside the box. Two Marine players collide awkwardly here, and the referees immediately stop play. It's Callum Aegis who's gone down. Two Marine players going for the same ball, and Aegis has come off the worst, the Crew Alexandra loanee. So stoppage, probably a drop ball when we get back underway. I don't think Scunthorpe United will mind too much about that, because Marine had kept players forward for the second phase of their attack, Steve Torpey.
Yeah, it was a kind of slow motion. You could see it happen. It was a clearance from Scunthorpe. You see the three Marine players going. One kind of see it early and he's just pulled out, and two kind of run into each other. But yeah, Marine have started the game better. They put a couple of decent crosses in, unlucky not to get the end of them, and then Denton a clearance off the line. So definitely started the game brighter than Scunthorpe. They've not really got a foothold in the game yet, so they've not really created anything down the wide areas or central areas in those early doors, but it's not promising signs at the moment.
Yeah, as we've been discussing in our pre-match build-up, Marine the lowest scorers in the National League North so far this season, 11. Not conceding too many though. 24 goals have gone against them. That's the fourth fewest coming into this game of any side in the bottom half. 3 without a win coming into this as well, Marine. Scunthorpe United in comparison unbeaten in 3. As I mentioned, it's going to be a drop ball with nearly 13.5 minutes played. Marine 0, Scunthorpe United 0 in the National League North. Your digital radio commentary on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Drop balls taken. Lee Whelan into Matic. First time pass to Finlay Sinclair-Smith. Rolls his man and then claims he's pulled down. Referee waved it away, Jonathan Chadwick. And now Scunthorpe United are on the attack with Michael Kelly. Over the halfway line he goes. Puts the ball down the left-hand channel for Scales to run onto. Flicks it inside to Beck. First time shot. And I think he hesitated when pulling the trigger there. And that allowed Marine to smother that effort. Scunthorpe United will try again. Over on the left with Michael Kelly. Into Scales, forced backwards. Now it's Clunan, immediately has one of the Marine players nipping at his heels. and Scunthorpe United get a free kick for that.
Yeah, good little bit of play down the left hand side, pulled it back to Beck around about on the arc of the 18-yard box, and as he's kind of tried to whip it, he's got his feet muddled up. He won a great deal of pace on the ball. He's tried to hit the target and he's got it completely wrong, but probably the first half chance really of the game for Scunthorpe.
So iron free kick, left hand side, 10 yards inside the Marine half. They go short. It's a 1-2 between Callum Roberts and Michael Clunan. Roberts with the cross from deep, header away by the Marine back line, and then the second ball comes towards the Mariners penalty area, but it will bounce out for a goal kick to the hosts.
And that's exactly what we're saying. Roberts delivering with his left foot, but he's delivering it from so deep that you can't really get a good run up. It's easy for the defenders because they're facing the ball. And need to work further down the pitch, at least level with the 18-yard box and beyond, to get those different types of crosses. At the moment, they're not doing that.
Goal kick for Marine, with Matty Corran. Strikes it right-footed, allowed to bounce once and then twice by that iron back line as those plastic pellets skid off the artificial surface. It's eventually Michael Kelly who clears away. Marine throw with James Brown from my neck of the woods. Kent plays the throw to Agius. Header away by Michael Clunan. Marine pick up the second ball here with Charlie Doyle. Goes back into defence to James Butler. Signed in the summer from Warrington Rylands, who of course knocked Scunthorpe United out of the FA Trophy earlier this season. Iron throw. Be Nicholson who goes over to the left-hand side to take, almost level with the Scunthorpe United 6-yard area. And Nicholson drying his palms on the ball, throws it back to his goalkeeper Fitzsimon, slices the half volley away, manages to pick out Tyler Denton, who can't really do too much with that, and Marine are back in possession. They spread it over to the left with Sinclair Smith, a chance to front up his man Tyler Denton, pulls it back to Mattock, who crosses in first time left-footed. Gregson keeps it alive, heads it from the dead ball line. Shot comes in here, and it's into the bottom left-hand corner, and Marine take the lead against the odds, and it's Lee Whelan who will celebrate in front of the Scunthorpe United supporters. Caught that so cutely on the half volley on his right foot, struck it with his laces and powered it into the bottom left hand corner, and Marine are 1-0 up here at home to Scunthorpe United.
Yeah, really well worked goal from them. Build up down the left, and they've done that a bit. Denton's been a little bit exposed. I think he's trying to cover probably too much, and it built up down this left hand side. A good cross right on the fast post. Before he was over it, they had to come back across. Then it fell to the edge of the box and it's gone through a few bodies. I think it's gone through some of his legs. I think it was a Marines player's that. He's kind of dummied it and nutmegged him. And it's got into the side netting. A good finish, because as that ball got played out, I thought, if he can hit the target, he's going to score, and he did, because there were so many bodies in front of Ross Fitzsimons. He couldn't do anything about it, but you can't argue. They do deserve to be up.
Yeah, Scunthorpe United, I've not made any notes for them thus far. You could maybe argue that Mark Beck shot that was smothered was a chance, but I think you'd be being generous. The Iron have dominated possession but haven't done much with it, and Marine have been the better side going forward thus far. Lee Whelan, the former Chesterfield Academy player, opens the scoring in the 18th minute. Marine 1-0 up at home to Scunthorpe United. The Mariners third from bottom coming into this game against the Iron, who are fourth, but the form table is being upset here. Header away from the back by Butler, hoofed forward and straight out by Will Evans for a Marine throw down their right hand side.
Yeah, it's just something like, I know it seems quite simple. Just, you're in the middle of the pitch, it's coming, all right, it's on his right foot. Just keep it on the island, keep it on the pitch. Don't need to kick it out. Then you can try and build on it. Just boot it out of the pitch, near enough over the stand. So, come on, they are better than that. They just look a little bit nervy.
Can you blame them? I mean, you look at the form at the moment. It could be 3 wins from their last 15 games in all competitions.
Yeah.
That's relegation form, that.
It is, and they're playing like that at the moment. There's no real intensity. There's no real creativity.
As Marine have it high up the park again, headed on by Brown, almost gets the ball back from his own header. Marine trying to keep it high at the park, but eventually Scunthorpe United clear their lines. Harris with the header on, can't find his strike partner Mark Beck, and it's fired straight out of play from the Marine defence out for a Scunthorpe United goal kick.
They are definitely up for it, Marine. They've started on their front foot. They've been aggressive in their approach. When they've lost the ball, they've worked hard to try and win it back. It's a good performance from Marine. Scunthorpe really do need to kind of get out of this bit of slump or whatever it is and get their foot on the ball and try and play. It's just, when they're oofing it and missed clearances, and Roberts has not really had an impact on the game. He's kind of not getting him on the ball. Clunan's not being able to get on the ball either, so they need to try and find a way to dominate this game.
And at the moment, further a wider chasm is going to be created between Scunthorpe United and Curzon Ashton at the top, because the leaders are 2-0 up at home to South Shields. Isaac Buckley-Richards with the first, former Iron striker Jimmy Spencer with the second. Scunthorpe United are on the ball here. Denton has just hammered that forward aimlessly. That's such an optimistic pass down the right-hand channel. No way that Max Brogan or Will Harris was going to get there in time. It's out for a Marine throw.
Yeah, and this one, he's not favoured. It's on his right foot. And if he was on his left foot, he could have just dinked that, kind of a 9-9 just to hold up. But he's side-footed it with pace, and he's just run out of play. Nearly run out for a goal kick.
Marine definitely up for this. Of course, we were talking about it in our build-up to the game at half-time in the Hull City match. Probably the biggest opposition they've hosted here since that FA Cup tie against Tottenham Hotspur during the COVID-19 pandemic. No fans allowed in the ground at the time, despite selling around 30,000 virtual tickets. I'm told, by the way, I was telling you about the dugouts, they were purpose-built for that FA Cup tie, funded in part by someone who lives not too far away from here, the former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher, and of course the first opposition manager to be in those dugouts, Jose Mourinho. Thank you to Phil Kinsella, who's sat right next to my left-hand side from BBC Radio Merseyside for that. It's a free kick for Marine from the left-hand side of their own half. It's a diagonal ball played by Matty Corran from left to right, trying to get it right by that corner flag, pitch it towards there, but he's got too much on it, and it's a Scunthorpe United throw. But they have been penned back once again here by the corner flag for this throw from the left with Nicholson. Down the line it goes, header on by Mark Beck, and him and Will Harris have not been on the same wavelength in this first half. It just bounced off the tummy, I suppose you could say, of Will Harris, and somehow eventually goes out for a Scunthorpe United goal kick. They go short again here. The Iron trying to string a few passes together, but much of their play has been in front of Marine thus far. Nicholson plays it to his left-hand side to Scales. Now here's Nicholson again. Midway inside his own half, rolls the ball underneath the studs of his right foot and then whacks it from right to left. Powers it into Tyler Denton. Tries to force the ball on, but it's touched out of play by Joe Mattock for a Scunthorpe United throw. Denton down the right-hand flank. Roberts almost beats his man to it and then starts hobbling and has fallen down to the turf, initially on his knees. Looks to be holding his left ankle from here, doing his laces at the moment. He will eventually walk and jog away from the situation, and it's a Marine goal kick. We have played nearly 23 minutes here. If you're just listening in on digital radio as well as online via BBC Sounds, Scunthorpe United behind 1-0. They trail here at Marine, who were third from bottom coming into this game. And it's a goal kick for the hosts from the right-hand side of their own 6-yard area. Corran strokes into the Scunthorpe United half. James Brown dummies the ball, and he's dummied the ball for good reason, because the final touch was off a Scunthorpe United defender in heading that ball away. Goes out for a Marine throw on the right-hand side again, in front of the supporters in that covered terrace on one side of the pitch. And Brown with the throw down the line. Header on, will bounce straight out for a Scunthorpe United throw-in. And it'll be Brad Nicholson to take it again. Brad Nicholson back in the starting lineup this afternoon, one of 5 changes to that Iron 11 as Marine win the ball in midfield here. They drive at the back line. Aegis has been bundled over by Will Evans but doesn't get the free kick, and here come the Iron now inside the Marine half. It's Denton, ball on his left foot, goes back out to the right here with Max Brogan to Evans on the halfway line, across defence Nicholson, and they manoeuvre it from right to left. Nicholson clips it forward, Beck with the header on. Marine get it away, but they're trying to scramble it clear and they've not got it too far. Roberts attempts to put it in behind, has not quite got that through ball right, and then he concedes a foul inside the Marine penalty area.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky, Roberts. He's turned on the edge of the box and just trying to thread it through either needle, really. Just got cut out, and Scunthorpe committed another foul. Committed quite a few fouls so far in this game. Kind of fouls that could be avoided. Frustrating, especially in a decent area of the pitch.
Marine free kick then. It's from here, just inside their own box, on the right hand side of the Mariners penalty area. Matty Corran, the goalkeeper, is waving his outfield players towards the Marine right hand side of the field. Corran goes long, he was looking for the head of Callan Murphy, but it runs straight through to Fitzsimons, who bowls it out quickly to his right hand side. Tyler Denton into Callum Roberts, 1-2 between the pair. Denton shovels the ball forward, cleared away by James Butler. Evans lets it bounce once, looks over his shoulder to see where Callum Murphy is. Callum Murphy showed some acceleration there to close Will Evans down, blocks the clearance, out for an iron throw.
Yeah, they've done that really well. Marine are pressing, not giving Scunthorpe's back four any time on the ball to pick a pass out. They're pressing and they're really causing problems in their attacking third.
Here are Scunthorpe United in possession on the right hand touch line. Denton attempts to jink away from Callum Aegis, gets the throw into Brogan. Denton with the ball back, pass on his weaker right foot, and he picks out a Marine player. And here come the Mariners on the attack here with Sinclair Smith to his right hand side to Gregson. Into the penalty area he goes. Gregson clips in the cross. Evans with the header away, just heads it towards the left hand side of his own penalty area. Kelly fortunately was there and just lumps into touch for a Marine throw.
It was a funny cross, it kind of caught the wind and it held up, and then Will Evans had to head it. It was like a 50p piece head. Instead of heading it out, he's headed it square. It looked like it could have ricocheted off, I don't know, it was I don't know if it was Michael Cloonan's arm, but the referee just waved it on.
Murphy with the header on from Marine. Evans with a much more confident clearance on this occasion. Clumps it forward on the volley, but it will come straight back towards that iron defence. Scales misses his header, hooked over the top by Gregson for the hosts. Headed on towards the left-hand side of the Marine defence to Mattock. Fizzes the pass forward to Sinclair Smith, but he loses out the former Blackpool youngster. Scunthorpe United in possession. Kelly, left-hand side, carries the ball over the halfway line. Kelly into Will Harris, back to Kelly. He's momentarily drifting infield. Harris has gone down off the ball. The action continues. Left-hand channel. Here is Callum Roberts towards the dead ball line. Checks back, has got Kelly there in support. Kelly inside, looking for Will Harris. First time clearance away from that Marine defence. And Nicholson shepherds the ball back to his goalkeeper Fitzsimons. They'll try again here, will Scunthorpe United, down the right on this occasion with Tyler Denton. Flicked into Mark Beck. Now back to Cloonan on halfway. Evans bursts away from Aegis, still going. Evans from right to left with the pass to Kelly. Scales has made a forward run into space down the left, miscontrols, out for a Marine goal kick. 28 minutes played, Marine still lead by 1-0.
That's what they're going to get their joy from, like switching play. If they do things early, but then they start to play square balls, backward passes, and then Marine get back into their shape and they're organised, and it's really tough to break them down. They're 11 players in that kind of defensive third. So it's really tough. So they need to move the ball quickly, one side to the other, and then try and penetrate. They're not doing that at the moment. They're trying to be too intricate.
Another Marine goal kick then as we head towards the half-hour mark here at Rossett Park. Gregson with the header towards the halfway line, but here come Scunthorpe United bursting forward quickly. Harris nutmegs his man, but his final touch was too heavy. That allowed Matty Corran, the Marine goalkeeper, to get there first and clear. back with Scunthorpe United, who are attacking the opposite end to where we're sat in this first half. That traditional claret and blue striped strip of theirs. Switched from left to right to Denton. 1-2 between him and Max Brogan. Denton, again, another poor pass from him. Looking from Callum Robertson, it just bounced off the instep of his left foot. Marine get it away. It's trapped well by Mattock into Sinclair Smith, looking for Callum Agius, who takes a tumble, lost his balance on one leg momentarily. And Scunthorpe United on the ball, but doing very little with it thus far. Beck lays it off to Denton. Denton immediately swarmed by two Marine players. They go back into defence with Evans. Across to the left-sided centre-half, Nicholson. It balloons off the instep of his right foot, but he controls it at the second time of asking. Kelly down the line of the left-hand flank to Harris. Touched on, looking for Scales, who just couldn't take the ball away from his man. Over the top from Marine. Evans gets his header wrong. Sinclair Smith, side of the penalty area, into Murphy, who miscontrols. Denton lashes it away left-footed. Gregson will watch it come down, heads it on, and he picks out the forehead of Michael Clunan. Back into defence here with Michael Kelly, and that's another misplaced pass. Aegis feels he's dragged down by Michael Clunan. Referee waves it away. Scunthorpe United on the attack over on the halfway line. Brogan back to Denton, floats over to the left-hand side. Kelly inside Marine territory, crosses in from deep, left-footed, aiming for Mark Beck, but really easy defending that for Josh Wardle to just step in front of Beck. Loads of room, no one putting him under any pressure, and he heads it out for a Scunthorpe United throw.
Yeah, he could have travelled with the ball. There was space. It may have been 1v1 with a defender would have come out eventually to close him down, but he had 10-15 yard space to carry the ball, and he never, like we said, he's delivering these deep crosses. It's not having any effect whatsoever.
Long throw opportunity for the Iron. We haven't seen this for a while as Brad Nicholson hurls it in. Marine win the first header. Scunthorpe United get a second bite of the cherry here. Back out wide to Nicholson. His cross is blocked by James Brown. Out for another throw. I think probably a new ball will be needed here as it's gone out of the ground. Indeed we will.
Yeah, I bet you they go through some footballs here. So we've lost two already.
You'd be making a boatload if you're in any of these houses. Yeah. You could sell them off, have a market of all the balls that you've had in your garden over the course of a season. Nicholson long, another header away. Back out wide to the left-hand side. Nicholson crosses from deep again. Lanced away by that Marine back line, and they will clear their lines. Loose ball picked up by Michael Clunan. Back into the Scunthorpe United half with Denton. Brogan takes the ball on the half turn away from Murphy. Now Kelly has temporarily dropped into the centre of defence with Brant Nicholson still forward. Denton turns away from the Marine press on the halfway line. Across defence it goes to Brant Nicholson, who's back at centre back. Exchanges a 1-2 with Kelly. Glides the ball forward. Robertson made the run in behind, but a combination there of, I think, Lee Whelan and Matty Corran, and Marine deal with that situation.
Yeah, it was unlucky. It was a good run by Roberts. You had Mark Beck and Will Harris kind of splitting the two centre halves, and there's a nice gap in between, and he's identified that Robertson running. He's just slightly behind him, and he's had to try and flick it on, and the goalkeeper come out to collect the ball. But they're trying things, but he's just lacking a little bit at the moment.
Fitzsimons picks the ball up on the left-hand side of his own penalty area. Nicholson breaks the lines with his pass. Beck just doesn't stick to him at the moment. Tried to hold it up, but Marine win it off of him, and now they surge forward down their right with Murphy. Crosses in towards the dead ball line, looking for Finlay Sinclair Smith at the near post. Evans is there first and clears. Wardle lumps it back towards the iron penalty area, chested down by Nicholson, and he gets his clearance away. Butler forward again, back heel from Murphy, but he was coming from an offside position. It's a Scunthorpe United free kick.
Yeah, done well, Scunthorpe there. Defensive first, squeezed up and caught the Marine player offside. I need to do that. Try and keep play nice and compact when you're out of possession. Try and be a bit more creative in possession.
Denton into Roberts. Back to the makeshift right back. Trying to sweep it inside on his left foot. Denton on the ball again. Now it's Brogan. Brogan forced backwards, and he's had his pocket picked by Sinclair Smith. Here come Marine. Almost had a chance there to work it from left to right, but the pass wasn't good enough from Charlie Doyle. Scunthorpe United have it back. There was almost an overload there for Marine on the right hand side if that pass had been a bit better. The iron of, if they put that straight out. It was initially miscontrolled by Michael Kelly, but his forward pass has stayed in play. Brown lays it off to Gregson, who whips it forward. Murphy's dragged down by Kelly. The referee lets the action continue as Marine have it here down their right with Aegis, but he stumbles over and knocks the ball out of play for a Scunthorpe United throw. The iron will be stopped from taking it because the referee wants a word with Michael Kelly for some reason. It's just a brief word, and then he backpedals into the centre of the Scunthorpe United half, and the iron throw will now be taken by Brad Nicholson. 10 minutes of normal time to go until the break, and the iron's still trailing here at Marine by a goal to nil.
Yeah, I think the surface, I know you can blame the service, I know they don't play on it or train on it very often, but you know, it does look like it's having an effect on the players. Some of the passing, the basic passing is really, really poor. You think it'd be better on a nice flat surface, but it's not, it's gone the reverse.
Kelly clears. Beck does hold up this time. Now it's Scales, skips past one challenge. I say skips, he was eventually brought down by James Butler, who went sliding in there. Scales tried to ride it initially but couldn't, went down, and there is finally the first yellow card. We thought it would come much earlier than it has done, but James Butler goes into the book in the 37th minute. So the free kick for Scunthorpe United is a yard behind the halfway line, left to centre. Nicholson goes short into the left back Michael Kelly, funnelled in field. Clunan flicks it forward, laid off. Harris trying to turn away from his man, gives it to Michael Kelly, lumped forward. Marine deal with that, and they will arrow it over the top. Murphy's got in behind Brad Nicholson here down the Marine right, shoved over. Really cheap free kick to give away that from Brad Nicholson, and Marine have got a set piece in a dangerous area.
You can see that 20 yards. Nicholson's so aggressive, he's running at 100 miles an hour, and no way could he put the brakes on. The Marine player just slowed down, he's just gone crashing into his back. Really kind of inexperienced, but he hasn't got any experience, he's got loads of experience, and he shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. Just too over aggressive on occasions, Nicholson.
Free kick then for Marine, and a chance to double their lead in the final 10 minutes of normal time at the end of this first half. Free kick is only a yard or two in front of the right-hand touchline for the host. It's going to be the goal scorer Lee Whelan to take it right-footed. They've pushed Wardle and Butler up from the back. In goes the free kick. Butler with the header. That has hit the hand of Will Evans. It looked to me from here it'll be waved away. I don't think Evans knew too much about it. His hand was behind his head. The Marine players are protesting. I think it will just be a corner kick in the end.
I think if that was on Match of the Day, VAR, I think
VAR would intervene with that.
That was a definite penalty.
It definitely hit his hand.
Yeah.
It's whether he knew anything about it.
Yeah.
As we're saying, his hand, Will Evans' hand and his left arm was behind his head when the header from James Butler came in, which may have saved him from conceding a penalty kick here. But another corner instead for Marine, to be taken from their left with Whelan again. The Irishman, right-footed, swings in, confident punch away from Ross Fitzsimons in amongst a sea of players. Marine recycle possession though. They have it inside the centre circle with Harvey Gregson, but he's pressed and forced to go back to his goalkeeper Matty Corran. Corran, right-footed, sends it forward. Wardle's still up from the back. He can't win his header, but Marine's still on the ball. Looped over the top, down their right. Charlie Doyle attempts to knock it back to a teammate in James Brown. In the end, Marine get a throw. The final touch is off of Callum Roberts, who can't quite believe that.
That was the most tentative decision I've ever seen from a linesman. He didn't know what to do, what player would come off, and he just went with the home team. Just lift his left arm.
Header on from Callan Murphy. Finlay Sinclair-Smith not able to connect, and it's going to be a Scunthorpe United goal kick. Half-time scores to come on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, where we bring you every Scunthorpe United game live as part of getting you closer to your club. Will Evans urged to shoot by one supporter in front of me, and then has to go back to his goalkeeper Ross Fitzsimons and berates Max Brogan in the process because he didn't feel he had any kind of opportunities going forward. Nicholson sprays out to the right, but it's comfortably headed away by Joe Mattock. 1-2 between him and Finlay Sinclair-Smith. Sinclair-Smith on the ball again, wriggling away from a couple of iron challenges, then flicks it back, but Marine and Lee Weenan have lost it, but Scunthorpe United don't keep the ball for long. Finlay Sinclair-Smith has made the run in behind here. That looked way too easy, and that's because he was coming from an offside position. Free kick for Scunthorpe United. They are falling apart here, the Iron, in the 5 minutes of normal time at the end of this first half.
Yeah, this a total contrast to 2 weeks ago. If nothing's on, go and hit Mark Beck, go hit him and try and win the first, second balls. But they're trying to play, and there's no variation in their play. They're kind of just trying to play to the left and right and using the fullbacks, but it's not working. So go direct. Marina start to drop off, and then you can start to play a little bit more, but a little bit predictable at the moment.
Another ball's gone out the ground. Be another tenner for a Crosby resident.
Tenner? They're about probably 150 quid nowadays,
really?
are they, these balls?
A tidy profit in any case. Scunthorpe United throw from the left. Brant Nicholson tries to dissect 2 Marine players with the cross. Half volley comes in from inside the D. Scunthorpe United trying to keep the ball around the Marine penalty area, and they won't do that because it's another foul, and it's Will Evans up from the back, and it's Will Evans into the book.
Yeah, a little late challenge. Marine player just shifted the ball quickly, passed it out. Evans, a late challenge on his, I think it's his right foot. He's holding, so I don't think it's too serious. I think he's a bit of game management now with the last few minutes of this first half.
Referee Jonathan Chadwick is making sure that he's made note of that Will Evans yellow card before Marine can get the game back underway. It's Matty Corran who is bouncing the ball outside of his own penalty area at the moment. It should be eventually placed down just outside of his own box, right of centre from a Marine perspective. Some Scunthorpe United supporters have seen enough of this first half, and I don't blame them, to be honest with you. Header on from Callum Murphy. Will Evans is back there to deal with this situation. Thumped into the Marine half by Michael Kelly. Cian Scales has fluffed his forward pass rather. Kelly is there to lump it forward again, but that's dealt with effortlessly by Marine and their centre back James Butler. And it's back with goalkeeper Matty Corran. Less than 2 minutes of normal time to go at the end of this first half, and Marina sailing towards the break with a 1-0 lead. Corran's forward ball is allowed to bounce. Nicholson hasn't dealt with it. Marine looking for a second hit. Pulled back by Sinclair-Smith, and it's sent just wide by Agius. More poor defending from the Iron. It was just a route one ball forward. Nicholson didn't deal with it. Robbed by Agius on the dead ball line. Sinclair-Smith on the dead ball line, pulled it back to Agius, and he couldn't find the target, and you can hear the boos from the Iron supporters in amongst us here in the stand behind the goal at Rossett Park.
Yeah, a real good chance. Nicholson's tried to let the ball get his body in front and trying to let the ball run out of play. Didn't have the strength, didn't have the goal to do that. the Marine player done really well, wrapped his foot around the ball, pulled it back. There's quite a good chance it should have really been put in the back of the net. Again, Scunthorpe get let off another occasion.
Marine throw. 5 yards inside the Scunthorpe United half. On the right, it's Brown who goes long. Brogan heads the ball on. Beck with the latest header, looking for his strike partner Harris. Over the top from Marine. Callum Murphy offside again. Scunthorpe United free kick. Less than 30 seconds to go of normal time. Scunthorpe United play out from the back. From the set piece inside their own half. It goes across defence to Will Evans inside the centre circle now. Fizzes it over to the left again. Kelly traps it. Down the line it goes to Scales. Kelly with the ball back, forces it inside it. Cannons off the ankle of Mark Beck. It's cleared away by Harvey Gregson, who is fouled in the process. 2 minutes of additional time at the end of this first half. And it'll be another Marine free kick.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd be thinking about maybe changing things around, because we've not been creative at all. I'm just looking down my list of, like you said, Ollie, your notes, and I've got about 5 words. So
I've got Will Evans' yellow card from a Scunthorpe United perspective. That is it.
Yeah, it's a couple of half chances from Roberts, who was a little bit unlucky with his header, and then you got Mark Beck, who kind of miscued his shot. But it's been, really non-existent.
Well, of course, at the National League North level, one of the changes made ahead of this season, you can make 5 substitutions in a game. I wonder if Andy Butler is thinking about making all 5 at half-time at this point.
Needs to do something. I think they need a bit more width. So I don't know, maybe put Roberts out on this right-hand side. Just a bit more creative down the wide areas, because that's where it looks like we can hurt them. But so because we haven't got much width in a higher position, we're really struggling to break this team down.
Another ball has been lost to Crosby Gardens.
Well, that's 4. I'm keeping the count. I've got a tick list here. 4 balls so far.
Must cost Marine an awful lot of money.
Maybe if they return them, they get, like you say, a tenner or something.
Long throw goes into the Marine penalty area from the left. Mariners clear away. Denton shovels it aerially up there again. Out for a throw. It stayed on the turf for Scunthorpe United. Nicholson, as we're into the final 10 seconds of additional time, takes a small run up before bowling it into the box. Beck can't win the header. He did, but didn't get much on it. Marine able to clear away. Nicholson. I dread to think what the reaction is going to be from these Scunthorpe United fans around us. You can hear it. Not happy. Because Scunthorpe United here, they came into this game 4th, facing a Marine side, 3rd from bottom, who have scored only 11 goals in the league so far this season, and Marine are the ones upsetting the form book. They lead by 1-0. The goal coming in the 18th minute. It was a delicious Lee Whelan half volley that he drove into the bottom left-hand corner of the Scunthorpe United net, and the Iron players and manager Andy Butler are being booed off the field, because despite dominating possession, they have offered nothing going forward in this game. No chances to speak of whatsoever. The only note I've made from an Iron perspective, Will Evans going into the book in the 42nd minute. That's how abject Scunthorpe United have been offensively in this first half. Marine will be delighted. They are going to be picking up a massive scalp, and this will certainly help them in their quest to stay in the National League North in their first ever season in this division. But more pressure piled on Andy Butler's shoulders. He's got a massive team talk to deliver and some big decisions to make in terms of any kind of changes he makes at half-time, because Steve Torpey, with Marine leading by 1-0, this simply isn't working.
No, it's not. They look more hungry. They're playing with more confidence. They're 3rd from bottom in the league. There's definitely something lacking in this team at the moment. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't change things up. He needs to have a plan B, and hopefully that'll work this second half. But nothing to. I don't think we've had a shot on goal, even a shot. would be nice, but a shot on target. So really need to do something this second half. Hopefully attacking the own fans down this goal will awfully help, but they definitely need something to get back into this game.
Second half commentary, if you can bear it, is to come on digital radio as well as online via BBC Sounds. Half-time here at Rossett Park in the National League North. Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 0.
Magnificent chances that they've had. I think good save early on. It was just tipped over the bar, but other than that, Town have dealt with the long throws, they've dealt with the crosses. The keeper's come out, not looked completely assured, but he's claimed a few. But overall, I think Crewe have dominated possession, the chances, the territory, everything. So the manager will be looking for a bit more from him in the second half.
Lancaster with a couple of chances for Crewe, and Doug Tharn with that header, which will be disappointed that he didn't get it on target from the Hume free kick.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, wasn't it? And sort of met it, probably just wasn't low enough, and he sort of headed it sort of level with his jumper. He needed to head it down. He got up really, really well, but that was it. You know, when you look at the quality of crosses that we've had, and even the chances down by the sides where we've had the chance to get it, the quality's been poor when we've been there, but we've hardly ever been there either. And they congest in the middle so well, Crewe. They're making it so difficult. They're getting up to support the strikers really well. Every time we get the ball, they press across the field and going sideways and backwards. So it'll be interesting to see what the manager does, and we've got no one to stretch him out now with a big route coming off, so it's all going to be even more congested in there. So see what happens second half.
Gary Croft with us for our FM and Freeview 7-1-3 match here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. At the interval, locked at 0-0 between Grimsby Town and Crewe Alexandra. So no goals at Blundell Park in the first half, but there has been one over in the northwest on Merseyside, and it's not gone the way of the iron. Ollie Turner.
Yeah, it's gone against the form book. Marine, third from bottom, coming into this game, 1. Scunthorpe United, who had been fourth, 0. The goal coming in the 18th minute through Lee Whelan, striking a delicious half volley from 20 yards into the bottom left-hand corner. Marine have been the better side in terms of the number of chances they've created. They perhaps should have gone in at the break, 2 goals to the good. Scunthorpe United dominating possession, but they have offered nothing going forward. They look abject. The system doesn't look to be working. The only note that I've made from an iron perspective is Will Evans going into the book in the 42nd minute. Matty Corran, the Marine goalkeeper, has not been tested, and his back four have mopped up whatever's been thrown at them thus far. Andy Butler, pressure on his shoulders, has got a massive team talk to deliver, and he's got to decide perhaps how many changes he makes at the break. His side losing by 1-0 away at Marine.
Second half commentary to come then from there and here at Blundell Park. But in the meantime, here at the break, we're going to hand you back to the studio with Leo Joslin.
Thank you, Matt. We'll get you back to your commentary shortly, but first let's look at the latest scores from around the country. Starting with the Premier League, it's currently goalless between Arsenal and Everton. Fulham are 1-0 up away at Liverpool. Newcastle United are 1-0 up at home to Leicester City. Wolverhampton Wanderers are a goal down to Ipswich Town, and there's one late kick-off in the Premier League, which is Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa at 5:30. In our early kick-off here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, Hull City lost 2-1 away at Coventry City. We'll have post-match reaction from that in a couple of minutes' time. There were 2 other early kick-offs in the Championship. They both finished 1 apiece between Bristol City and QPR and Preston North End and Leeds United. Half-times in the Championship, it's currently Blackburn Rovers 2, Luton Town 0, Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0, Oxford United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Sheffield United 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, Coventry City 1, Cardiff City 1, and Swansea City 2, Sunderland 1. Looking at League 2, there are a pair of early kick-offs. Finished Salford City 3, Notts County 0, and Tranmere Rovers 2, Harrogate Town 1. Half-times in League 2, it's currently AFC Wimbledon 1, Doncaster Rovers 0, Bradford City 1, Swindon Town 0, Bromley 0, Port Vale 0, Carlisle United 0, Chesterfield 1, Cheltenham Town 1, Morecambe 0, is goalless between Colchester United and Newport County, as it is in our FM and Freeview commentary with Grimsby Town and Crewe Alexandra. MK Dons and Gillingham is also goalless, and Walsall are 1-0 up at home to Barrow. Looking at the latest scores from the National League North as well, it's currently Brackley Town 1, Chester 0, Curzon Ashton 2, South Shields 0, Darlington 1, Oxford City 1, Farsley Celtic 0, Buxton 1, Hereford 1, Chorley 0, Kingsland Town 0, Alfreton 0, Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 0 in our digital radio and BBC Sounds commentary. It's Peterborough Sports 1, Warrington Town 1, Radcliffe 0, Kidderminster Harriers 2, Rushall Olympic 0, Scarborough Athletic 1. It's goalless between Southport and Needham Market, and Spennymoor Town are 1-0 down at home to Leamington. So Ruben Sayers' search for a first win as Hull City head coach goes on after the Tigers lost 2-1 at Coventry. The Spaniard spoke to Mike White after the game.
Ruben, thanks for your time. How do you assess that loss today?
Well, it was a difficult game and we are a little bit disappointed. I think we suffered in the beginning of the game. We defended our box proper, and then we were starting to build up after the first 20-25 minutes. We scored that goal. We went to the halftime with a 1-0, and we just need to work in those moments in the second half when we gave 2 goals away, and work in those moments when we need to defend a little bit better and be a little bit better in possession. That is my responsibility, and I need to be sure that the team every time knows how to play the game.
What disappoints you most about the overall performance?
No, I think we were too long in some moments. Between the distance between the lines were too long, so that didn't allow us either to apply pressure or to defend with 11 players, and that is what we need to adjust. And from that, they start to find some spaces when they can cross the ball to the box, and that's exactly what we tried to avoid today, but we didn't. So the frustration is just that we need to work, continue working, and we need to adjust better those moments.
The wide areas in particular, they were getting a lot of joy, weren't they? How concerned were you with how much possession they were having in those wide areas?
Yeah, well, that was always the concern about this game, to just give them the possibility to arrive at those wide areas, and then either with the inverted wingers or with the natural fullbacks make those crosses, because they accumulate a lot of players in the center. I think we defended well in a big part of the first half. The second half we need to pick better our moments, because sometimes it's not about trying to stop the cross at any cost. Sometimes it's about staying in balance, and those are the details that we need to continue working.
I'll ask you about your goal in a second, but before you score the goal, what are you thinking you need to do at half-time? What was your message going to be? How much did you need to regroup with your side?
Well, the message was exactly the same, even if we scored the goal or not. I think the message was just to get the distances correct, and in the pressure, we jumped to the wrong player in the pressure, so that opened a lot of lines for the opposition, and we start to be bigger than what we want to be. That was the first message. That didn't change. And then the second thing is that we tried to make something different in the build-up during the second half, because it was not easy for us to break the first pressure. It didn't work exactly what we wanted, and I think we need to be more ruthless in some of the moments, but there is something that we need to continue working with everyone.
The goal comes against the run of play. I think you'd had 1 shot on target as far as the stats from Abu, who goes at the near post, and then he's involved in the goal. How do you view that?
Well, I think it was a difficult first part of the game for us. That's what we didn't get. I still think that we have a couple of situations in the beginning in transition, but then we start to find, after those 20-25 minutes, we start to find those moments. Abu have a left-footed right winger, is a very important player for us, but we demand a lot from them during the week. So I cannot do it. It's just to put the players in risk of injury, just overdoing situations or overloading them too much. And Abu has been working really hard during the entire week, including the game on Wednesday. And we knew that we will need some extra energy in the second half. So he did well. His participation was good in the first half. But and then Mason, when he came in, he also did a good job in those spaces. We are where we are, and we need to continue building those moments all together.
Scoring so early as they did after the second half, that must go against everything you've talked about with your side at half-time. What do you think when their equaliser goes in? What do your side need to do better in those moments?
Well, it's not an ideal scenario, of course. We gave them the triggers a couple of times just to re-win the ball and go for the transition. We talk about the spaces in the middle and the spaces higher in the pitch. I think we need to be more clinical in some moments when we want to, especially in early in the beginning of the second half. We need to learn how to play the game more together. But again, it's something that we need to learn together.
Before they take the lead, then with the second goal, they have a penalty. First of all, what have you seen? Have you seen it? Have you had a chance to look back at it?
Yeah, I think the penalty is a clear build-up for us when we have Steven completely alone in the middle of the pitch just to make us play forward. It was a very good offensive situation for us. Then he falls down and they get that transition. And it's a consequence of our behavior, so there is nothing that they did it proper just to get that moment.
Has Charlie got to make a better decision there, not diving in on that one?
Well, probably it's a difficult situation. Everything is too quick, but he tries to arrive and block the shot. The opposition also plays and did a good job, and then Ivor just saved the penalty. I think we can do better, but again, those are the things that we need to continue building at the training ground, so it will not happen again.
When you go behind, why didn't you feel your side had enough to find a way back into the game?
Yeah, I think we had enough players in the pitch. We just need to. I think we lost a lot of second actions in the middle of the pitch. We were not consistent in the second balls when they played that action or when we played that action. We needed more balls from the center into vertical spaces. That's why we also bring Chris as a winger just to come as a second striker in the box. It's also difficult to say, but when those moments arrive, it's also a learning, a part of the process between us and the players, how to play those moments when we are leading, when we are losing, how to play the game. It's not about always positional or tactics, it's about mindset, moments, and togetherness, and those are the things that we need to build.
How quickly are those players going to have to learn that, though, given where you're at right now and the situation you find yourselves in?
Well, we talked about on Wednesday that there was a good expression of the team and it was a good performance. Away from home today, it was not our best. So I think we have a platform and then we need to build it now. And there is no excuses. At the same time, we need to be able to win football matches.
Kofi smiles at breakfast.
Jackie Gunn from Pocklington, she set up the charity Talking About Loss. This is after her father died in 2018.
The first year for me, I felt a lot of pressure. I was trying to do everything for the rest of the family, but myself, I was struggling.
You're doing some phenomenal work, and it's just incredible to know that you are out there. You know, more importantly, what I think you've created here is a community, and I think that's what we're all striving for. We're humans. We need community, in order to get by. But you've gone and done it, and you've absolutely smashed it, Jackie.
Kofi smiles at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Humberside.
Every game live. BBC Radio Humberside Sport.
So Scunthorpe United trailing 1-0 at Marine. We're still awaiting the teams to re-emerge for the second half. Likewise here at Blundell Park, where Grimsby Town are 0-0 with Crewe Alexandra. Just looking across the scorelines from National League North, and Curzon Ashton, the leaders, are firmly in control in their game, leading South Shields by 2-0, as Leo was saying a few moments ago. So as we await the teams here at Blundell Park on all frequencies, we'll have Scunthorpe United at Marine and the opening exchanges of the second half with Ollie Turner and Steve Torpey.
Thank you very much, Matt. Both sets of players back out here at Rossett Park. Doesn't look like any changes have been made, perhaps surprisingly at the break by Scunthorpe United manager Andy Butler, with his side not offering anything in that first half from an offensive perspective. If you are just listening in here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, the Iron trailing here at Marine, who had been in the bottom four heading into this game this afternoon by 1-0. Lee Whelan with the solitary strike in the 18th minute, driving home from 20 yards on the half volley into the bottom left-hand corner. As I mentioned earlier, as part of my two disclaimers, the first of which of course being that we are running on a 5G router once again at this away game in the National League North, but no dropouts in the first half, thankfully. Thank you for your patience. And the second of course being that we are behind the goal for this commentary, so Scunthorpe United will be attacking towards us in this second half. Teams out at Blundell Park for the game between playoff hopefuls Grimsby Town and Crewe Alexandra. It's your 95.9 FM and Freeview Channel 713 commentary with former Town defender Gary Croft and Matt Dean. We are sticking with this game on digital radio as well as online via BBC Sounds, as I mentioned. Scunthorpe United attacking towards us behind the goal in this second half in their claret and blue traditional striped shirts, blue shorts of claret trim, blue socks. Marine attacking the goal opposite us in their white shirts, their white home shirts with black sleeves, black shorts, black socks. I'll run you through the two lineups in a moment, but Scunthorpe United are on the attack in the early stages of this second half, but they've given the ball away through Max Brogan, and here come Marine on the counter-attack. Ball slipped down the left-hand side to Callan Murphy. Into the penalty area he goes now. Murphy pulls it back looking for Sinclair Smith. He miscontrols and it bobbles through to Ross Fitzsimons. He immediately volleys the ball up into the darkening night sky. Butler wins his header. Brought down by Michael Kelly for Scunthorpe United. Header away by James Brown. Chested down on the halfway line, but the referee is going to pull play back for an earlier foul by Cian Scales on Harvey Gregson. So no changes at the break. Scunthorpe United lining up with Ross Fitzsimons in goal. The back four from right to left: Tyler Denton, Will Evans, Brad Nicholson and Michael Kelly. Midfield four: Michael Clunan, the captain, shielding that defence. Cian Scales and Max Brogan in front of him. Callum Roberts playing in behind Mark Beck and Will Harris up front. As the free kick is launched forward down the Marine right by James Butler. I'm not sure if he's holding up, I think he is holding his hand up there in apology rather than shielding the glimmering floodlights out of his eyes. As there's another foul committed, but this time from a Marine perspective on Michael Clunan. Scunthorpe United free kick. The iron bench, by the way: Maxime Coogan, Andrew Boyce, Danny Whitehall, Carlton Ubazunu and Ross Barrows. As Scunthorpe United send the ball to the right hand side, Denton clips it into the chest of Mark Beck, who holds it up away from James Butler inside the centre circle. Nicholson to the left here with Michael Kelly. Fails to jink away from Finlay Sinclair Smith, but gets the throw in. Kelly back to Nicholson from the throw. Across defence, Will Evans is forced to backpedal before switching it from left to right. Denton, misplaced pass straight into the Marine central defender James Butler, who clears away. Scunthorpe United have won the ball back cleanly, and they will try again here with Tyler Denton, who's drifted into the centre of the park. Feeds it into Brad Nicholson. Now it's Michael Kelly inside Marine territory. 1-2 between him and Will Harris. Kelly drives it over the top. No one in behind Mark Beck, and that'll bounce straight out for a Marine goal kick. Expert summariser for this afternoon, former Scunthorpe United striker Steve Torpey.
Yeah, not a great start to the second half. It's gone exactly the way of the first half. Only 2 or 3 minutes in, but sloppy play, sloppy passes, not taking care of the ball. As I say, with Denton seeing different pitches, when he's playing down that left-hand side, he can drive down the line. Now he's left-footed, so he's coming inside all the time. He's narrowing his space. It's an alien position for him, and he's not used to it. And it looks very uncomfortable in that position this afternoon, and he struggled a little bit, especially in and out of possession.
Bouncing ball inside the Scunthorpe United half, and that just about sums it up. That's perhaps one of the worst passes we've seen out from the back in this game from Will Evans. Don't know if it bobbled awkwardly in front of him or not, but he's just put that straight behind Tyler Denton and out for a Marine throw.
Yeah, I think you're being generous, Ollie, this afternoon. Bobbled on the AstroTurf pitch. It was just a misplaced pass again, not taking care, losing concentration, whatever it is. It shouldn't be happening.
Scunthorpe United. Cian Scales plays the pass straight into the ankles of Lee Whelan. That attack goes awry, and then Will Evans has to be careful here on a yellow card, and that's another foul from him on the halfway line. Although I think some of the Scunthorpe United supporters, judging by what they've been shouting, wouldn't mind if Will Evans received a second yellow card. He's not been one of the iron favourites so far with his performance, and he's gifted Marine a free kick just over the halfway line, left of centre, and it's Lee Whelan over it again. Marine not really, they pushed a couple of defenders forward, they have, over to the right hand side, but Marine take it quickly and short. Goes back to Whelan, who crosses in from a fair distance away from goal, bouncing around inside the box. Header away by Mark Beck. Marine trying to keep this attack alive, but it's hammered clear, and now Scunthorpe United on the counter-attack, but it doesn't last for long. But they may get a second bite of the cherry here with Callum Roberts. Down the iron right. Got two Marine defenders to try and beat. Whips in the cross. Header away by James Butler. Further nodded clear. Shot comes in from the D by Cian Scales. It's blocked by Charlie Doyle. But now Marine going forward themselves. Callan Murphy down the right-hand side. Heavy touch, and that will allow Brad Nicholson to get to that loose ball first. Back to Ross Fitzsimons, who boots away. Only as far as James Brown on the halfway line. Here's Harvey Gregson. Shrugs off the challenge of Michael Kelly and works the ball over to the left to Joe Mattick. Down the line, it was almost a little dinked golf shot, that down the left-hand touchline from Joe Mattick. And from that, Marine have got themselves a throw.
Yeah, just go back to Roberts. He's not finding much space in that central area. He's drifted out to the right-hand side, and all of a sudden he's produced a little bit of magic, drove into the box. I was a little bit unlucky with his shot there, but I was like maybe an option just to put him out on this right-hand side, because you know he does enjoy playing out there, and he does come in on his left foot. Need to try something. Inside the bench, there's a bit of movement down there at the moment.
Scunthorpe United clear away. Header on from the halfway line by James Butler. Marine not able to bring it under control with Finlay Sinclair-Smith. And the Iron pass their way out of trouble. As Steve Torpey says, it looks like a couple of changes are being prepared, one of which is Colton Ubazunu, the other Danny Whitehall. Throw for the Iron, right on the halfway line, on their left, but they're going to be pushed back a bit by Jonathan Chadwick. Michael Kelly to take, short, into Max Brogan, twists and turns away from two Marine players, keeps going down that left-hand touchline, flicks it back to Beck, who you probably don't want out wide. Beck is fouled by Harvey Gregson and wins a free kick, and now he can finally take up a more threatening area inside the Marine penalty box. Colton Ubazunu at the moment getting some instructions from Scunthorpe United goalkeeping coach Paul Musselwhite. Danny Whitehall waiting to come on as well. Will they be able to enter the fray in time to attack this set piece? It looks unlikely at this point. Apologies, it's Andrew Boyce who's coming on rather than Danny Whitehall. I confused the 9 at his 6 for Danny Whitehall's 9. As Michael Clunan whips in the free kick right-footed, allowed to bounce, and it flashes across the 6-yard area and goes out for a Marine goal kick.
Yeah, it's a great ball in swing with his right foot, Clunan, and no one's on the end of it. No one's really gambled and taken a chance, and it's drifted around the far post. Good opportunity there.
Boyce and Ubazunu on. Max Brogan is going to be the first player to make way. Colton Ubazunu comes on, and the second player coming off is Will Evans. Perhaps a precautionary move, as you can hear the sarcastic jeers from the Scunthorpe United supporters reacting to that change. So Andrew Boyce and Colton Ubazunu on, Max Brogan and Will Evans off in the 54th minute. Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 0 still here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport. Callan Murphy has rolled away from Michael Kelly, but he's taken the ball with him out over the touchline for a Scunthorpe United throw. So Andrew Boyce has slotted in on the right-hand side of that four-man defence next to his centre-back partner Brant Nicholson. Colton Ubazunu going up top. Here comes Scunthorpe United down the right with Tyler Denton. Ubazunu's made a run into that channel, but Denton jinks inside, plays a pass on his stronger left foot to Roberts, 30 yards from goal. He sends it left to Scales, pulls the ball back to Kelly, who crosses in first time. Glancing header from Will Harris, can't direct it on target, wide of the right-hand post.
Yeah, probably the best chance of going for Scunthorpe. Good ball down his left-hand side, just didn't get enough contact on it. Just slid off his forehead. Bit more weight on it and a bit more power, a bit more meat on the ball. That could have easily ended up in the back of the net, but a good chance there.
10 minutes gone in the second half then here on BBC Radio Humberside Sport, your home of Scunthorpe United commentaries. And the Iron trailing still here at Marine by 1-0. Matty Corrin is preparing to take the goal kick right in front of us. A lanky figure. Corrin strikes that downfield. Gregson with the header, but play is going to be halted because I think there's at least a Marine player down, holding his face at the moment. So, of course, for a head injury, the referee has to stop play and the Marine physio is on. Allow Steve Torpey to give us some more thoughts on this second half and those two changes.
Yeah, he's obviously, I think Evans has had to come off. He weren't having the best of games, but also he's committed a fair few fouls, so he's probably on it, and he's got already a yellow card, so he's probably on last chance saloon. If he committed another foul, he could potentially see him get a red card, so maybe it's a little bit about that as well as his performance. He'll be disappointed with his performance this afternoon. So Ubazunu now come up front, a little bit more pace, a little bit more energy, look to maybe run and get the ball in behind. But say they need to do something, and but say a couple of half chances at the start of this second half, but still not really troubled the goalkeeper at all.
Just seen that Grimsby Town have fallen behind at home to Crewe Alexandra in League 2. That is our 95.9 FM and Freeview Channel 713 commentary. The attendance today 1,342 here at Rossett Park as play is back underway. Scunthorpe United on the attack, too heavy a pass so from Callum Roberts out wide to the left. Will Harris not able to keep that one alive, and it is out for a Marine throw. It's going to be James Brown to preside over the throw-in again on the right. Lobbed forward, Marine not able to keep hold of the ball, and Scunthorpe United have it back here with Tyler Denton, room to run into, flicks it behind Colton Ubazunu, and Scunthorpe United lose possession. Can they win it back quite quickly? They can, but as I say that, Brad Nicholson has rushed into the challenge, has fouled his man. He can't be too far away from a yellow card, Brad Nicholson. Marine free kick.
He has a tendency to do that, doesn't he? Like he did in the first half, just run and just slow down. The attackers are bright, they're just going to stop, and Nicholson runs in the back of him and commits a foul. Exactly what he did there again. You think, you've done it once, you do it 2-3 times. Well, that turns into bad play.
Marine shifting their outfield setup over to the right hand side for this free kick, which is headed away by Nicholson. Roberts lays the ball off to Denton. First time pass to Ubazunu, who holds it up. Back into the Scunthorpe United half with Denton again. Left-footed pass finds Michael Clunan just outside of the centre circle. Sprints away from his man, feeds it into Ubazunu. Clunan gets the ball back. Now Boyce. Roberts. 5 yards over the halfway line. Clipped over the top. Picks out the run of Will Harris. His ball across the penalty area, blocked by James Brown. And Marine survive that particular situation with Aegis, who's back there defending. And a forward ball has cannoned off Kean Scales and gone all the way back to Ross Fitzsimons inside his own penalty area. They play out from the back again here. Over the top that goes. Not sure what the idea was there. Harris had come short. Beck was never going to get that, making the run in behind from that long ball over the top from Nicholson, and it's out for a Marine goal kick.
Yeah, no straight balls do just run out on this plastic surface, just skid off and they run out of play. I suppose, looking at the game, I think what I can see, Roberts is probably the only one who looks like he can produce a little bit of quality, either creating a goal or scoring himself. He looks the live wire within the team, but apart from him, no one's really stood out at all.
And here he is. He's done well to break free of a few Marine challenges. Prods it wide to the right hand side, and Michael Clunan, his touch has let him down on the touchline, let the ball slip underneath his boot, and it goes out for a Scunthorpe United throw. All that hard work from Callum Roberts comes to nothing.
It's really hard, isn't it? Because we're commentating, we want to try and be be positive, but there is absolutely nothing to be positive about. Just want a little bit of a spark, a little bit of energy, someone to take a lead and get a grip of the game, and they're not doing that.
Quarter of an hour gone in the second half here at Rossett Park. Scunthorpe United, bar a glancing header from Will Harris, still showing very little sign of being able to get into this match. 1-0 down away at Marine in the National League North. Of course, it's a bit early for me to plug this, but you can have your say on this game if you're a Scunthorpe United supporter up until 6 by calling 08000 66 5959. I suppose at the moment you may want to vent your frustrations. Clunan threads it in behind for Ubazunu to pick up. Forced out of the Marine penalty area. Wardle has toe-poked that out of play for a Scunthorpe United throw on the right, level with the Marine box. Denton takes it quickly, goes back to Boyce. Boyce drives it into the box. Free header away by James Butler. Scunthorpe United will try again here with Callum Roberts, wriggling this way and that to get free of Lee Whelan. Crosses in. Harris with the header backwards. No one there again in the claret and blue striped shirt. James Butler clears. Still alive here for Scunthorpe United. They're forced back behind the halfway line to Nicholson, into Ubazunu. Holds it up well away from James Butler. Ubazunu into Roberts, 35 yards from goal, dispossessed. And here come Marine with Charlie Doyle, once on the books of Blackburn Rovers. Harvey Gregson, he's lost the ball. Callum Roberts almost nips in there, but it's a clean and fair sliding challenge from Lee Whelan. Scunthorpe United win the ball back, and it's Colton Ubazunu who's chopped down. Lee Whelan does commit the foul on this occasion, and I think will go into the book. The man who thus far has still got the only goal of this game.
He's done well at Ubazunu there, just turned central to the goal, probably about 26, 27 yards out. Don't know if he was looking to pull the trigger or slide somebody in, but he's got brought down in a relatively good position here.
So over the free kick are Callum Roberts and Michael Clunan. We are right in front of this free kick, so to speak. It's pretty much straight at us. We're looking directly at it, probably about 25 yards from goal, very central. Four-man wall for Marine is being lined up inside the D of Lee Whelan, Harvey Gregson, Callum Agius and Callan Murphy. It's going to be left to Callum Roberts to take. What can he conjure up here? Scunthorpe United's talismanic number 10. Left-footed, around the wall, but wide of the left-hand post.
Yeah, good position we were in, you can see that, and he's just tried to left-footed in swinger, and he just got it quite wrong really, like 3 or 4 yards wide and a couple of yards over the crossbar. See his intention, but just didn't execute it very well this time.
Marine goal kick then from the right hand side of the 6-yard box. It's with Matty Corran, right footed into the Scunthorpe United half. Charlie Doyle heads it on, and it's nodded to the right hand side. Harvey Gregson shields the ball away from Kean Scales and then plays the percentages, slams it into the ankles of the Scunthorpe United central midfielder. Out for a throw to the Mariners. One crumb of comfort for Scunthorpe United supporters will be that Grimsby Town have fallen 2 goals behind at home to Crewe Alexandra in League 2. That game on 95.9 FM, Freeview Channel 713. Throw down the Marine right from James Brown. Scunthorpe United clear away, but they don't get too much distance on that clearance. Marine will try and keep the ball high up inside the Scunthorpe United half. Dinked over the top by Whelan. Aegis will go and chase it down, but the Iron clear away from their own dead ball line. And now they are in possession. Tyler Denton skips past one challenge, then sends it into Callum Roberts. Prods it forward. No one in behind the white-shirted Marine players to pick up that pass, but Roberts has retrieved possession. Out to the right-hand side with Tyler Denton inside Marine territory. Left-footed cross from deep. Beck can't get there in time, but it's headed behind by Josh Wardle, the Marine captain, for a Scunthorpe United corner kick.
Yeah, that's a better ball in. It's an in-swinging kind of 20-yard cross, and just under it slightly, but it looks a bit more intention over the last minute or so. A bit more attacking and a bit more front-footed play.
Cloonan with the corner kick from the iron left, swings it in towards the back post, headed on by Boyce, and it's turned over the crossbar. Excellent opportunity there from Callum Roberts, and you'd expect him to score. Corner kick from the left, sent towards the back post by Michael Cloonan, headed across goal by Andrew Boyce, and Callum Roberts sends it over the crossbar. Still 1-0 to Marine, and they are about to make their first change. It's Owen Robinson who is coming on for Charlie Doyle.
You think that was his first touch was excellent. He's taken the touch, he's like lifted it up and just hit the target, and he's leant back and he's volleyed it 4 or 5 yards over the crossbar. By far the best chance Scunthorpe have created, and you know the quality of Roberts' play, you think he would have buried that.
Another goal kick for Marine. Has Matty Corran kept that in play? He has. He's picked out the forehead of Will Harris. Ball bouncing around in midfield at the moment. It's brought under control by Callan Murphy. Sends it over the top. Michael Kelly should get there first and does. Ushers it back to his goalkeeper Ross Fitzsimons, who hoists it over to the iron right with Tyler Denton. Denton with the pass, pushed on first time by Mark Beck from the halfway line. Kean Scales has lost it, and he's dragged his man down in the process. That'll be a Marine free kick, and here does come Danny Whitehall with 21 minutes played in this second half. Another throw of the dice by the Iron manager Andy Butler, and Danny Whitehall will be coming on for Will Harris.
Yeah, not really made an impact on the game, Will Harris. He done well like last week in terms of his effort. He struggled to make an impact on this game. So hopefully Whitehall can come on there and need a little bit of a spark if those two can combine and get this really important equaliser.
Clearance away by Tyler Denton from inside the Scunthorpe United penalty area. It is absolutely lumped out of the ground into Jubilee Road. Thank you again, Phil Kinsella, for giving me the road names here around Rossett Park. You can tell me the one where my car's parked, that'd be fantastic, so I can find my way back to it. I can see it from here, as that's a misplaced pass by Brant Nicholson, but Callum Agius not able to bring it under control. It just balloons off his right ankle. Is collected by Ross Fitzsimons from the dead ball line. Iron in possession here with Andrew Boyce into Carlton Ubazunu. Now Whitehall with his first touch inside the centre circle. Cloonan to Nicholson, takes a touch over the halfway line and then tries to spray it out towards the right hand side. It's over the top of Tyler Denton's head, who puts his thumb up, appreciates the idea, but too much on that crossfield ball. Marine throw.
Yeah, another kind of trying to force it a little bit now, Nicholson. He just keep the ball and keep it moving and move the ball from left to right like they did on a couple of occasions in the first half, and they can create something by doing that. So he's just gone for the big diagonal. He's over it.
It's going to be another Marine change here. Finlay Sinclair Smith has gone off, and fair play to him, he's gone off at the nearest possible exit over to our left hand side. Substitutes coming on to our right. So Finlay Sinclair Smith is off, and Adam Thomas comes on in his place. Former Everton youngster, played in the Toffees youth ranks along with Ross Barkley. Denton slices it forward on the volley. Header away by James Brown again. Brought under control by Carlton Ubazunu. 30 yards from goal. Danny Whitehall's claiming he was fouled, and then petulantly shoves one of the Marine players over and gifts the home side a free kick. Not sure what was going through Danny Whitehall's head there.
A little bit of frustration already from Whitehall. It's just interesting how they're setting up now with the amount of fouls that we have got on the pitch. It's obviously need to get this equaliser, and it's top loaded now with forward players. Just don't want to leave himself short and concede a second, and that would be a mountain to climb.
Free kick. Finlay Sinclair Smith has perhaps taken the opportunity to exit on the left hand side by walking in front of the Scunthorpe United supporters and goading the travelling away fans in the process as he works his way over to the dugouts on our right. Marine on the attack. Cross comes in and it's deflected behind. It'll be a corner kick to the hosts. 70 minutes gone here at Rossett Park, and Scunthorpe United not able to unlock this Marine defence to find an equaliser. Still, the Mariners lead by 1-0. Ross Barrows is the latest Scunthorpe United substitute who is being prepared to come on. He's already stripped off, but the Iron have to defend this set piece. It will be taken from the Marine right, and in it comes from that right hand side towards the left hand side of the penalty area, headed down and cleared off the line, and Ubazunu clears away. Marine will try again here with Owen Robinson into the left hand channel. Cross comes in from that left hand side again, well claimed by Ross Fitzsimons. Can he launch a counter attack quickly? He thinks about it, eventually volleys forward over to the Iron left. James Butler gets there first, heads away in front of Colton Ubazunu. Marine still in possession here, whipped forward by Harvey Gregson, but Callum Murphy coming from an offside position means it's a Scunthorpe United set piece. They take it, they go across defence from left to right. Andrew Boyce back to Brad Nicholson. Nicholson to the left hand touchline here with Michael Kelly. Was almost camped in there but worked his way out of trouble. Pass inside to Mark Beck, who miscontrols. Marine clear. Nicholson gets it back to Fitzsimons, one touch and then dinks it forward effortlessly. Has picked out Tyler Denton in a nice bit of space. Denton into Roberts, level the Marine penalty area, crosses in, misses everyone, eludes everyone. Whitehall went for it at the near post, couldn't make contact. Marine get it away. Callum Murphy again is offside. Scunthorpe United free kick.
Again, they're probing, they're playing a lot better than they did first half, a little bit more intent, a little bit more urgency in their play, but they're still lacking that last little bit of quality in that attacking third of the pitch and in and around the 18-yard box. Some good balls coming in. Just hopefully something may drop for Scunthorpe, you know, first contact or second contact, they can get this elusive goal.
Boyce into Roberts on the right hand touchline. Now it's Brad Nicholson, brings the ball out from the centre circle to the left here to Michael Kelly, turns away from Adam Thomas, goes back to Nicholson. Robinson goes to press. Nicholson over the top to Ubazunu. Ubazunu down the left, sandwiched in between two Marine players, and a combination of Adam Thomas and James Brown deal with that situation, and they shepherd the ball out for a goal kick. And here comes that fourth Scunthorpe United substitution. Ross Barrows is coming on for Brad Nicholson. Intrigued to see how this is going to work out, Steve Torpey.
Yeah, it looks like he's going over. Denton's going back over to that left-hand side. I don't know if he's going to the left side of the centre up.
Oh, put Tyler Denton as a left-sided centre-half alongside Andrew Boyce, and Kelly will stay at left-back, sorry.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. Foul. Marine free kick.
Yeah, a bit of frustration kicking in now. They're managing the game relatively well, Marine, and taking their time with set pieces and free kicks. Referee needs to get on top of this.
You brought another one, right?
At the moment, the Marine player's still down on his knees at the moment, as I'm going to turn the effects mic down, and somehow Danny Whitehall, Andrew Boyce, has got himself in the book.
I don't know if that was for the foul or something said after.
But Marine have eaten up a good bit of time here, with Harvey Gregson very slowly getting back up onto his feet and Andrew Boyce finally making his way into the book. But Marine will now take this free kick 10 yards in front of the halfway line on the right with Lee Whelan. Swings that towards the Scunthorpe United box, header away. Marine recycle possession. Lumped over the top, brought down, back to Lee Whelan. Clips it forward down the right-hand channel. Tyler Denton has missed his clearance, but Scunthorpe United get it away. Mark Beck tries to latch onto it, but couldn't really do much with that. Scunthorpe United with the second ball. Hit forward on the half volley by Michael Kelly. Callum Roberts ducks underneath it. Ross Barrows hasn't got enough pace to get there. And it's put out of play for a throw by Joe Mattock for Scunthorpe United. Taken quickly by Barrows. Comes back to him from the pass of Andrew Boyce. Scunthorpe United forced backwards slightly here. Inside the centre circle with Tyler Denton. Now it's Scales. Scales into Ubazunu. Shrugged off the ball by James Butler, who gets a toe on it from behind Ubazunu and puts out for a throw to the iron in front of Andy Butler and the visiting dugout. Boyce to Roberts. Sort of was waiting for the ball to come to him, realising that there was Agius coming in from the back. Invited the contact, won the free kick. Barrows crosses in from the right-hand side. Beck has not managed to direct that goalwards. He's headed it all the way out wide to the right-hand corner flag, and Danny Whitehall's not been able to stop that from going out for a Marine throw.
Yeah, he just got his angle wrong, didn't he? It was a good ball in. Just directed it kind of across goal and completely wrong side of the goal. But certainly a little bit more intent, like I said, but still not creating anything really clear cut.
Barrows with the header. Bit of a tussle and a tangle on the edge of the Marine penalty area between Josh Wardle and Mark Beck. It doesn't matter because play's going to be pulled back for another Marine head injury. So another drop ball that should go in Scunthorpe United's favour. The physio's not going to be needed on this occasion, but Marine are going to make another substitution in the next few minutes. So drop ball for Scunthorpe United. It will be left for Michael Clunan. Clunan then plays the pass wide to the right with Ross Barrows. Back to Andrew Boyce. The iron at the moment camped inside the Marine half. Denton now playing as a left-sided centre half. Turns away from the press of Owen Robinson. To Andrew Boyce. Boyce clips into the penalty area. No one contesting that. Free header away by Josh Wardle. Shouts of handball from the Marine fans against Danny Whitehall, one of their former players. But the action continues. Roberts drives it towards goal in at the near post. And I think Matty Corran decided not to take any chances there. He's turned it around the post and out for a Scunthorpe United corner kick.
Yeah, we was directly behind that. I think it was just going to go slightly wide, but Roberts just seems that little bit of energy. Can he produce something here from this corner?
In it goes towards the near post, doesn't beat the first man, headed straight out by Harvey Gregson. I think Callum Roberts rushed that corner kick a bit, trying to catch Marine off guard, but two players for the hosts got there first at the near post. Throw comes into the Marine penalty area. Danny Whitehall miscontrols. He's trying to shrug Joe Mattock off of that. And I'm quite surprised that Danny Whitehall's not given away a free kick for that. Instead, Scunthorpe United have got a throw. Barrows into Whitehall. Back to the iron right back who crosses in on his weaker left peg. Comfortably cleared away. Another Scunthorpe United throw.
There is more pressure, we're putting more pressure, but we're still not creating anything, are we? We're putting balls in the box, no one seems to be getting on the end of them. So I just need something to drop. So the time's ticking away now, and Marines seem pretty comfortable. Their defensive aspect, they don't seem to be flustered or agitated. They just seem to be calm in defending as they've done all game really, really well.
Replaced by number 14, Brad Holmes.
Substitution for Marine. Brad Holmes is coming on the books at Blackpool, his hometown club. Had been first spotted by Bolton Wanderers, and he comes on replacing Callum Agius. Danny Whitehall goes down dramatically, doesn't get any change out of the referee. Another Scunthorpe United throw in, level with the Marine 6-yard area, as Callum Agius gets supported by the Marine home fans. I suspect he's about to get an earful from the Scunthorpe United visiting supporters. He doesn't actually. One offers him a high five for some reason. Play back underway. Barrows with the cross from the right towards the back post. Ubazunu across goal. Whitehall goes down and it's a penalty kick. Referee Jonathan Chadwick points to the spot. It's a yellow card for Josh Wardle. And Scunthorpe United have a chance to equalise here. I've got to be honest, Steve Torpey. I don't think that was a penalty.
No, I don't think. Well,
I think he's gone down dramatically to try and latch onto the Ubezunu header, and the referee's thought that he's been dragged down.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the referee's watching the ball. He's gone to the far post, and as he's headed back by Ubezunu, he hasn't got time to look and see both instances. So I agree, Ollie. It'd be interesting to see the footage back on this, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take anything. Let's hope he scores.
Scunthorpe United need some luck. 10 minutes of normal time to go at the end of this second half. Danny Whitehall, a former Marine player, spent 3 months here back in 2014, has the chance to score against one of his former clubs from the penalty spot. To equalise for Scunthorpe United is Danny Whitehall, and it's in. Keeper got a fingertip on it but couldn't keep it out. Whitehall into the bottom left-hand corner. There's a bit of pushing and shoving as Scunthorpe United players go and collect the ball from the net to get play back underway quickly. But Danny Whitehall, Scunthorpe United needed luck because they weren't getting much joy out of anything else here at Rossett Park, and the number 9 has delivered their equaliser. It's Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 1.
And that's what he does, isn't he? He's kind of frustrates fans, he frustrates the opposition, he frustrates the referee. The referee brought that one again. I'll have to have a look at the replay on Monday and see if it was a push or a pull, but he did go down in dramatic fashion. But the referee give it, and say Scunthorpe did need a little bit of luck, and they definitely got that. And can they build on this now and maybe even get a winner, believe it or not?
And there's going to be a delay to kick off because referee Jonathan Chadwick is having a word at the moment with his 4th official, Jack Lambert, and then he's now talking to the Scunthorpe United manager, Andy Butler. It's just a word. Then Jonathan Chadwick goes over to the Marine dugout. Neil Young, their manager, won 3 back-to-back promotions during his time at Chester. Of course, got Marine promoted up to the National League North for the first time in their history, and it's just a word with Neil Young. There is a yellow card out, and who is the referee, the man in black, going over to? It's Callum Roberts who gets a yellow card.
I don't know what for. Didn't even see anything with Roberts there. I don't know if it was verbals, but didn't even see what he would have said.
Back underway then. Scunthorpe United out of jail for the time being. All square. Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 1. Danny Whitehall's penalty cancelling out Lee Whelan's opening goal as early as the 18th minute. Scunthorpe United free kick then from the left-hand side of their own penalty area, and Fitzsimmons plays out from his own box to Denton. Scales turns the ball back first time to Fitzsimons with Harvey Gregson over his shoulder, and Fitzsimons looks up, assesses the scene in front of him, right-footed, arrows it out to the left. James Butler wins his header, puts it out for a Scunthorpe United throw-in. Kelly goes long infield looking for Scales. 1-2 between him and Mark Beck. Now it's Roberts. First time shot, guiding it towards goal, but straight into the gloves of Matty Corran.
Yeah, all of a sudden a bit of belief in the team. Unlucky Roberts, just see where he's just a square ball and he's just tried to curl it with his left foot. Just didn't get enough on the angle, and it's gone into the goalkeeper's hands. But let's give him a little bit more belief, a little bit more confident. And to say, it wouldn't surprise me if Scunthorpe did go on to win this from really a relatively poor position in the game. Didn't look like it was going to break them down. A bit of luck, penalty decision, rightly or wrongly. Now hopefully they can go on and maybe get this winner.
I know this statistic doesn't necessarily apply to this scoreline, but I was told before the match that Marine have only equalised in 1 game this season, so how much mettle they'll have in terms of retaking a lead will be interesting. It's uncharted territory for them. There is a Marine throw on the host's left with Joe Mattock. Mattock down the line, his throw goes. Header away by that iron back line. Clunan. Chopped down, free kick. Another yellow card here. Comes out. And it is Callan Murphy, who spent a lot of time giving away free kicks in this game, mostly for being flagged offside, but that one for a foul that he's committed on Michael Clunan goes into the book. Scunthorpe United free kick, which they're waiting for the referee's whistle to take. They do so now, and it's back with Ross Fitzsimons, well out of his own penalty area, goes long. Uncontested header away by James Butler for Marine, who's stood up to everything that's been thrown at him this afternoon. Scunthorpe United try and hoist the ball from left to right. Marine get it away, but it comes straight back into that iron defence with Andrew Boyce. Tyler Denton, bit of a hospital pass from Boyce to him. But Scunthorpe United keep the ball moving. Boyce into the goal scorer Whitehall, goes down cheaply. Isn't going to get a free kick for that, but at least holds it up from down on the ground, away from Lee Whelan. Roberts. Barrow's making an overlapping run in front of him. Not enough distance on the pass. And the final touch is off Ross Barrows, and it goes out for a Marine throw.
Yeah, a little bit of short pass there from Roberts. He said an hospital pass. That was another hospital pass. It just kind of ricocheted off him, and it went out for a Marine throw-in. But yeah, a bit more intent this second half now. You know, just surprising what a goal does, and that it kind of installs that belief and playing with a little bit more energy.
Not quite sure what's delayed the throw being taken there, but the action is back underway. And Scunthorpe United win the ball back quickly here with Callum Roberts. Leaves Joe Mattock flat-footed, still on the ball. Callum Roberts didn't really have anyone in support, so decides to take the throw in. Boyce hooked into the Marine penalty area, easily claimed by Matty Corran, who will go down in stages, falls onto the ball, then quickly sprawls back up onto his feet. Less than 3 minutes of normal time to go. Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 1. You can talk about this game with Matt Dean up until 6 o'clock tonight on BBC Radio Humberside Sports. 08000 66 5959, the number to call. Clunan flicks into the path of Ross Barrows. Scunny still inside their own half at the moment. Clunan goes into defence here with Tyler Denton. Denton will bring it out from the back into Roberts. Rides the first challenge. Felt he was fouled there by Brad Holmes. Doesn't get the free kick, but Marine give possession away cheaply. Ubazunu, though, rather than playing the forward pass, goes back into his own half with Boyce. Boyce, left-footed, into Ubazunu. Balloons off of his chest. He looks over at the referee. Not going to get anything out of him. Just a throw in for Scunthorpe United. Whitehall holds it up away from Lee Whelan. Almost had Whelan in a headlock there, but Scunthorpe United get the free kick, which is taken quickly. Play opens up. Scales into Roberts in the penalty area. Jinks away from a couple of challenges. Doesn't pull the trigger. Deflected ball falls to Beck. Acrobatic hook shot towards goal, and he's got it wrong, wide of the left-hand post.
Yeah, it was good. A little bit of play, a little bit of urgency. White was taking a quick free kick, caught Marine off guard. Roberts trying to create a little bit of space. Anyway, it fell to Mark Beck, and he's kind of swiveled with his left foot, hooked it wide and slightly high of the far post. But good little bit of play. So at the moment, if anyone's going to win, it's definitely going to be Scunthorpe. Marine have not really offered much this second half, in contrast to the first half.
Imagine there's going to be quite a lengthy period of additional time at the end of this second half, because Marine are going to be making a double substitution from the looks of things. The two players left to come on, Enoch Luciama and Tom Aitchison, as the physio is going to be needed here for Harvey Gregson again, who is down on the halfway line. Both Marine and Scunthorpe United players, more specifically the two captains, Joshua Wardle and Michael Clunan, are talking to the referee. It's actually Callan Murphy who is down. I saw the fluorescent orange boots of Harvey Gregson on the turf momentarily, but he's back up onto his feet. So Callan Murphy has, and his treatment has delayed play, and we have almost played all 45 minutes of normal time at the end of this second half. I'm watching the clock tick down, less than 10 seconds to go. So there is going to be a bit of time at the end of this one for Scunthorpe United if they do want to find a late winner. It's going to be a Marine free kick for that challenge on Callum Murphy, but before that the 2 substitutions are going to be made.
For Marine. Leaving the field is number 8, Harvey Gregson.
Gregson is one of the 2 players to come off.
He's replaced by number 14, Enoch Luciama. Also leaving the field is number 11, Callum Murphy.
And Murphy also makes way.
He's replaced by number 17, Tom Aitchison.
Luciama and Aitchison on. Luciama, born in Zaragoza, moved to England at the age of 19, did pick up a professional deal with Accrington Stanley, and Tom Aitchison, highly rated at Blackburn Rovers, on loan from the Championship club. As the free kick is lofted forward by Butler, there are going to be 6 minutes of additional time at the end of this second half. Cross in from the Marine right, takes a deflection on the way through, allows Scunthorpe United to clear. High hanging clearance, which is dealt with well by Joe Mattock. Had to watch that one come down. Sent down the right hand channel by Aitchison, who has slotted into a 3-man defence now for Marine. They are trying to hold on for a point here. Scunthorpe United throw. They have been forced backwards. Throw on their right hand channel with Barrows. Header from Aitchison and another. Gets their first head of Mark Beck, but here comes Scunthorpe United. Kelly, not too many options in front of him, goes long. Ubazunu can't win the first ball, but Keane Scales is on to the second, but the pass is too far to the right hand side of Ubazunu, was never going to get there, and it trickles out for a Marine throw. Mark Beck trying to hurry play up, collects the ball from behind the Marine dead ball line and gives it to James Brown, ready to take this throw on the right for Marine. Goes down the line. Denton heads away once and then twice. Beck flicks it on. Whitehall will go and chase it down. He's got there. Poor clearance by Mattock. Whitehall has won it for Scunthorpe United. They turn it around in stoppage time. Whitehall with the penalty, and then he capitalises on a Joe Mattock error, scuffs his clearance. Whitehall's eyes lit up, pounced on it into the penalty area, and he drives it into the bottom corner. And Scunthorpe United, they've needed a bit of luck here, and it's their number 9, Danny Whitehall, the former Marine player, who has turned things around off the bench, and he looks like he may have gifted his side and Andy Butler a vital 3 points. 2-1 in stoppage time to Scunthorpe United here at Marine.
Yeah, it just shows you what a bit of persistence does, and he was onto it like a flash. Poor mistake, poor defensive mistake, but he made no mistake. From around about 16, 70 yards out, drilled it into the bottom right hand corner with a fine finish, and the Scunthorpe fans are a little bit happier than they were 20 minutes ago, half hour ago, but yeah, they've really turned this game around in the second half, and much better performance, especially last half an hour or so.
Scunthorpe United, their job now to see this out with less than 2.5 minutes of additional time to go. Danny Whitehall at the double turns things around for Scunthorpe United at Rossett Park. The Iron lead by 2-1. Players going to be stopped because another Marine body is down inside the centre circle. Andy Butler is going to make his 5th and final change to shore things up, and now there's a bit of handbags between James Butler and Carlton Ubazunu, as well as Danny Whitehall. Maxime Coogan is getting his shirt on. Looks like Lee Whelan is the Marine player receiving treatment inside the centre circle at the moment. How big is that, Steve Torpey, for Andy Butler?
It's massive. If the score stays like it does, 2-1, it's a massive result. It leaves the pressure that's been building over recent weeks. It hasn't been a great performance, especially the first half. Done better the second half, but this could be kind of pivotal. We talk about moments. This could be a vital moment for Andy Butler and the team in itself. We said it's a must-win. I don't know if it's a must-win, but he needed to get a result, and by the looks of it, they're going to do that this evening or this afternoon. And thoroughly deserve it in the second half. Marine have offered very little, but I think he will be breathing a sigh of relief if the score stays the same.
Maxime Coogan is on, I believe, not quite yet. Callum Roberts is the man to come off. Applauds the Scunthorpe United supporters directly in front of us here. And it's going to be Maxime Coogan who will slot in at the back to see things out. At the moment, the Iron going up to second in the live National League North table, but still 5 points behind the leaders Curzon Ashton as it stands. Curzon Ashton winning at home to South Shields. Into the final minute of additional time then, although I'm sure a few more seconds will be added on for that stoppage for the Lee Whelan injury, as the Iron go in search of a third to put the cherry on top of this 3 points. Carlton Ubazunu takes the ball to the corner flag, lets the ball slide under the studs of his right boot. But I think the final touch is off a Marine player, is it? It will be a Scunthorpe United corner kick.
Yeah, he's done well, Ubazunu there. I thought he was going to try and cross it or run in for goal. He's taken in the corner, come off, I think, Matlock, and he's going to have a corner which they will try and keep it and waste a little bit more time.
Michael Clunan is over it. Mark Beck has gone to join him by the right-hand corner flag, and they will shield it there. They're met quickly by the likes of James Butler and Lee Whelan, and Marine get the throw, but they are rapidly running out of time here, having led in this game. They're going to be letting the victory slip through their fingers. Mattock with the throw down the left wing, takes a touch, and it's actually come off a Marine player. Foul committed in there by Enoch Luciama. It's going to be a throw in the end, actually. Final touch off of the Spaniard. Throw to be taken then by Ross Barrows. We've already played 7 minutes of additional time now. Carlton Ubazunu is having his shirt pulled off his back, but the referee lets it go. The ball will trickle back to the Marine goalkeeper, Matty Corran. Corran volleys forward. This must be it. Swerves towards the right-hand side. Header away. Kicked up into the air by James Brown, the Marine right-back. Header on. Adam Thomas. Luciama juggles it. Tries to take it towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. Cleared out. Marine throw. Taken quickly. 1-2 out wide. Marine player makes their way into the penalty area. Shot comes in. It's blocked. Onto the rebound is Aitchison. Marine still have it. Flicked into the box again, this time by Brown. It's a real scramble in there at the moment. Scunthorpe United just need to clear it away, and they do. And there's a foul committed right on the edge of the iron box. Late sliding challenge coming in, and that has seen tempers flare. There's pushing and shoving, and Jonathan Chadwick's going to have a job on his hands to separate this.
He's done well, referee, I think, this afternoon. I think it's been a tough game to manage. I think there's been lots of stop-start, lots of free kicks, and not a very attractive game to watch, but he's, in my opinion, managed it really well.
Full time in our 95.9 FM and Freeview Channel 713 commentary. Grimsby Town 0, Crewe Alexandra 2 in League 2, between two clubs who had come into that game occupying the playoff spots in that division. Post-match reaction to come on BBC Radio Humberside Sport up until 6 o'clock tonight. So Scunthorpe United free kick. The referee has sorted out a particular situation right on the edge of the iron penalty area. Nearly 9 minutes of additional time played now, and that is that. How important a win could that be for beleaguered Scunthorpe United manager Andy Butler? Under pressure coming into this game, and the first half here at Marine certainly wouldn't have helped his cause. His side went in at the break 1-0 down after Lee Whelan had given the hosts a lead inside the 18th minute, striking a half volley home from 20 yards into the bottom left-hand corner. The Iron huffed and puffed, and it was eventually the substitutions who had the influence on this game, and in particular Danny Whitehall, the Irons number 9, coming on against his former club Marine, winning a speculative penalty kick which he converted in the 82nd minute. Goalkeeper Matty Corran got a fingertip to it, but he couldn't keep it out. Whitehall driving his penalty home into the bottom left-hand corner, and Scunthorpe United turning things around to claim all 3 points in stoppage time. A long ball forward that Joe Mattock didn't deal with, fluffed his clearance. Danny Whitehall onto it in a flash, pounced, drove into the penalty area and stroked the ball home into that bottom left-hand corner again. 3 points for Scunthorpe United, 4 games unbeaten. They climbed back up to second in the table, and what looked as if it could be a really damaging afternoon here at Marine has turned into a most profitable one for Andy Butler and his players. Full time in the National League North, Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 2. Steve Torpey.
Yeah, Danny Whitehall, the man of the moment, he was involved in both goals. He got brought down for the penalty, got himself up and broke the back of the net with his penalty, and then a great finish for his second one. A big mistake from the Marine defender, and a vital finish for him. And like I say, it's just a great result for Andy Butler. I think it relieves a lot of pressure, a lot of tension. Just on the centre circle now, having a team hug and to show that kind of togetherness, I guess, and sending that message out that we are in it together. And this could be a bit of a turning point in the season, hopefully, because it weren't a great performance first half. Second half was a lot better, a lot more energy, and they did deserve to win the game. And I just didn't think it was going to come, scoring so late on. But like I say, a vital 3 points and a vital win for the team and for Andy Butler.
Have your say on this victory for Scunthorpe United on BBC Radio Humberside Sport with Matt Dean up until 6 o'clock tonight. You can call 08000 66 5959, or you can tweet us on X, post at Humberside Sport. Text number 81333. Start your message with the letters RH. It finishes here at Rossett Park. Marine 1, Scunthorpe United 2.
Andy's messaged me. He says if Grimsby Town are going to be serious about the playoffs, they need a couple of strikers in. He goes on to say GCFC like a different team, different atmosphere, poor performance. Give us your thoughts. 81333 is a text message number. Start your message with the letters R and H. So Grimsby Town lose. Scunthorpe United, meanwhile, have won, coming from behind at Marine. Ollie Turner.
Indeed, could this be a turning point for Scunthorpe United manager Andy Butler? What a valuable win it could prove to be over the course of the season if they can follow this up, because they've turned things around. They've come from behind at Rossett Park to beat Marine by 2-1 after a desperately poor first half in which they fell behind in the 18th minute through Lee Whelan's half volley from 20 yards. They huffed and they puffed, but it was eventually the substitutes that made the impact, and in particular Danny Whitehall coming on in the 67th minute. He won a speculative penalty kick, trying to latch onto a header across the penalty area, fell down theatrically. Referee Jonathan Chadwick bought it, pointed to the spot. Danny Whitehall won the penalty kick, stepped up to convert it. Goalkeeper Matty Corran for Marine did get a fingertip to it, but couldn't keep it out of the bottom left-hand corner. And it was Whitehall who proved to be the match winner in stoppage time. It was a long ball forward, which Marine defender Joe Mattock just completely fluffed. He's sliced his clearance, not got any distance on it at all, and Danny Whitehall has pounced, drove into the penalty area and stroked it home into the bottom left-hand corner again. Scunthorpe United come from behind for victory. Turns out to be a very profitable afternoon after it was looking to be another damaging one. They climb up to second in the National League North table tonight, still 5 points behind Curzon Ashton at the top. The iron win here, coming from behind by 2-1 at Marine.
Ollie Turner's been watching that one with Steve Torpey. We'll get some views from him in a moment. I want yours though between now and 6 o'clock. Pick up the phone and give me a call. It's a free phone number. 08000 66 5959 is where we can be found. So Scunthorpe United on the march, moving up in the table. Grimsby Town, meanwhile, stay in the playoff places, but have dropped down.